Hi, I'm Lucy, welcome back to my channel. So, I made a video the other week about my second year experience, and then looking back on that, in order to make that video, I watched the first year experience video that I made, and in that video I said I was going to make a video sort of saying my tips to how to pass assignments. I never made that video. Not because I failed any assignments, I just never got around to it, but someone commented on my video saying, will you make this video that you're talking about? It would be really helpful for me. So I thought, you know what, someone's asked for it now and I did say I would do it, so I have to do it. Not that I don't want to make it, but I remember when I was watching back that video I thought, oh my gosh, I sound so like braggy, like I think I know how to pass assignments, blah blah blah. I didn't mean for it to come off that way. Basically, as a lot of you know, I did another year doing another degree, blah blah blah. Am I going to mention that in every video? Maybe. But that was where I learned how to pass assignments. It was really helpful, that degree, or the start of that degree, because the way they did their assignments, it was quite all laid out for you, told you what you needed to do, and it was all there on the paper. You could find everything you needed to do to literally ace the assignment. And a lot of them I did, like, I found them easy because literally the assignment brief told you everything you needed to do. We went into the lab, we did the experiments, and then we wrote it up in this assignment, because obviously that was the idea, was that we would learn how to write up lab reports. But from that experience, I took everything I learned from doing those assignments into my midwifery degree, and that technique has been successful so far. This video is not me telling you, if you do this you will definitely 100% pass all of your assignments. This is just what works for me. I'm not really giving you any evidence-based information, which is kind of why I was hesitant to make it. However, it's not like I've gone out and looked for the evidence, so maybe it is there. But I'm giving you my tips, so my 10 top tips on how to pass assignments, and it's not specific to midwifery because it helped me with my previous studies. But yeah, so these are what I would say my top tips are. So this video is specific to how to pass assignments, not exams, like written assignments, so essays, case studies, presentations, things that you have to sort of pick a topic and produce. So my first tip is to read broadly around the topic. So usually assignments will be part of a module, or actually all assignments are part of a module, and you'll have to pick a topic that you specifically want to write about. But within the module you'll have talk content about lots of different things. You can sort of pick something that's relevant to that. So my first piece of advice would to be read broadly around your assignment area, and then pick a topic that you're really interested in from that reading. Somebody that jumps at you says, oh, I could write 4,000 words on that. And it's pretty straightforward, but that is really helpful. So before you think, I want to write about this and then read about that, read broadly around lots of things instead. Okay, tip number 2. So make notes on the assignment brief. I'm sure all universities will provide you with the assignment brief, what actually they want in the assignment. So what I would usually do is print that out and then get my highlighters and pens and annotate sort of what this brief means to me. And that also ties in with tip number 3, the grading criteria. And they should give you like the little, I can't think of the word now, the mark scheme, that's it, like the mark scheme. So like the grading criteria is usually in boxes. It's like how you can get each grade. I only ever look at the top grade, even if I don't necessarily get that. Why aim for anything less? I don't really get that. So yeah, print out those things, get your pens at the ready, and sort of read them really deeply, get your head around exactly what they're asking of you for that assignment. Highlight the bits which you think are most important. They're basically, pick out the bits where they're literally telling you what to do, highlight that, and then make sure you apply that. And I keep those highlighted, annotated pieces of paper, and once my assignment is done, or when I'm halfway through or doing a little bit, I go and check that everything that I've written is matching up to those points which I've highlighted. Tip number 4 is again wide reading, but that's once you've got your topic. So my 4 and 5 as well sort of interlink. So once you've got that topic, read really widely. Don't just say, okay, now I'm going to look at the points which I've already thought of. Don't think about your points yet. Just read widely around the topic. Build up a library. That's tip number 5. Build up a library for yourself, and whether that's reading journal articles or books and then printing things out and then highlighting and going through and then having it there as a physical copy, or using an online or like a computer system to store articles. I have used Mendeley this last year and it has genuinely saved my life. it's like a desktop application, and you can log in online and then have it as like a link to your browser. So you can go onto, for example, Science Direct, the best website ever created, let's just put that out there, type in what you want to look for, find a journal article and think, yes, that's it, I'm going to write my assignment and use that, and then save it to Mendeley. It puts the PDF onto your computer in this application Mendeley, and you can then go into it, you can make notes on it in Mendeley, and then you can save it, and then it like does your reference for you. It literally changed my life. But then you have all of these, once you've like read loads, you have this whole library there waiting for you about this topic. So when you think of an idea, you think, where did I read that? And you can literally go through and type in like keywords and things, and the journal articles pop up, and it literally saved my life. I cannot speak any more highly about Mendeley. But yeah, get yourself like an application. There's other ones like RefWorks, things like that, they do sort of the same thing, but it's somewhere where you can save really like influential, important journal articles that you've come across, so you can like flick back to them and like skim read and highlight, because I like to, like when I've got my points ready, highlight in different colour for each point, so then you can like clearly see it when you're flicking through and thinking, oh, I need a reference, or what was that I read. But yeah, have a really broad reading, and this is before you've even started doing your topics or your ideas. Read really, really widely, so you actually know like in depth about your topic, so then you can pick individual sections of your essay more like with more knowledge. I'm really sorry, my vocabulary is actually not good, so if I stumble over my words or just like say things that don't really make a lot of sense, it's because I have the worst vocabulary ever. So yeah, the next one would be so to plan the essay out in your multiple sections, and then write each section as you go. It doesn't even need to be in order, like pick a section, I want to write on that today, or I want to write on this today. But yeah, get a nice structural plan. Like for me, I'm a really visual person, so I like to see like my plan, like where all the points go, where it links, before I really even start writing, and then I just crack on. And that's the good thing about having references already stored, because then you can pick a section and think, I'm just going to start writing, then you start writing, and then you just reference as you go. That's another one of my tips, but we'll jump to that later. And the next tip would be, I think we're on number 7, would be if you can send in a draft to your marker, do it 100%. Usually they have a word limit, and they'll say like either a detailed plan or however many words or whatever. I would always say don't just send them a paragraph of however many words with the word limit. I think you are wasting your time with that, because think of all the waffle that goes into sentences, all the therefores, how, what, because, this, that, and all the mumbo jumbo that you put in there to sound fancy. Send a detailed plan, bullet points of each section, what you're going to put in there, and then a few references, so your marker can see the whole essay, like the skeleton of the whole essay, rather than one section, because then you get more tips and advice, so you just basically hack the system. I've always found that the most helpful, because then you know the direction that your essay is going in is good. You've got good relevant points, or they'll reply to you, be like, why are you writing about that? Cut that out, or that doesn't really make sense, or where are you getting your references for that for? That's what I found the most helpful, just so you get an idea of what, like, that you're going in the right direction. So number 8 is a bit like, really, is this really necessary? But it's something that helps me, and I guess it's quite I don't really know the word, like I said, bad vocabulary. Having multiple screens. So it's a bit excessive, a bit materialistic, but I found working on multiple screens at the same time so helpful. The optimum is 3, however 2 is okay, and I guess 1 is okay if you really don't have any more. But for me, 3 screens is like perfection. So at my library at uni, there's like computers with like 2 screens like that, and I have my laptop down here, because then I like to write on my laptop, write the essay out like that, have my search engine here, and then like my references here, so I can like search stuff, make the reference, and then type it out down here, and then and have them all linked. I'm aware that is incredibly excessive, however, I'm a very visual person. I need to like see it all, and I can't be like going over tabs like all the time. It's just annoying. So if you can have multiple screens, do it. Yeah, I'm thinking about buying like an iPad or something for home, so I can have an extra screen at home for when I work at home. But like not everyone can afford to just like buy an iPad. To be honest, I can't really afford to just buy an iPad. So yeah, that is one that's kind of not too necessary, but if you're in the budget for it, I would recommend. So yeah, top tip number 9 is what I sort of got at before: reference as you go. This will save your life. in my experience, when I don't reference as I go, I rush at the end to do it, and then I miss things and I get marked down because I've not put someone's last name in the italic or font or whatever it's meant to be, blah blah blah. Reference as you go. And if you're using Mendeley, that's just going to be so helpful, because you can literally just tap it in a word and it makes it for you, and then it makes your bibliography at the end. I think I might just stop talking about Mendeley. Mendeley, if you want to sponsor me, I'll definitely be up for that. And the last one is a top tip, which I need to tell myself because I never actually go by, is don't leave it to the last minute. Or do, that's what I've written. Don't leave it to the last minute, or do. I'm a last minute worker. It puts me in all types of stress, but I literally can't physically write until I've got stress. But I say don't leave it to the last minute. I leave like the physical writing to the last minute. A lot of the time I planned it out already, and I'll make like 100 plans, and I've done that all in advance, and I've done a lot of reading in advance, so that's okay. And I guess just literally leaving the physical writing to the last minute is not too bad when you've done that. But yeah, make sure you give yourself enough time to do all of that wide background reading, to create your library of references, to really have a good idea of where you're going. And if you're sending in a draft, you have to have a certain amount done before the draft deadline anyway, so I always find that really helpful to get me going. But yeah, don't skip out on sending a draft because you haven't done anything yet. That is always, like, I did that one time and that was like the biggest regret. So yeah, don't leave it to the last minute if you can. Like, my friend Jess is so organised, she never leaves things to the last minute. She's always so planned and she is so chilled. But like me, I have to like have a little bit of pressure, but don't stretch it. Like, sometimes I think, oh, if only I just put a bit more time in, didn't leave it to the last minute, I could have got a better grade, but you never really know. So yeah, those are my 10 top tips on how to pass assignments at university. I hope it was helpful. I hope it wasn't too rambly. I hope it's not something that everyone's heard before. But yeah, for those who wanted this video, here it is. There's nothing groundbreaking or too scientific to it. Just crack on and just plan. It's just being prepared is what it is. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you in the next one. Bye.